Well, some patients at Jubilee District Hospital in Hammanskraal in the north of Pretoria have no option but to buy their own drinking water amid an ongoing water crisis in that area. Authorities say interventions are underway to address the matter. Newzroom Africa's reporter Katleho Sekhotho is in Hammanskraal and is joining us live now. Katleho, I understand that you've now moved to the community of Hammanskraal. You are with residents who are obviously experiencing this water crisis in the midst of scorching heat.
Certainly, Veronica, degrees today in Hammanskraal reaching up to 33 degrees, so it is blazing hot in the area of Hammanskraal. And certainly we have moved now a bit away from the Jubilee District Hospital into the Hammanskraal residential areas, and this is just to get a sense of how communities are faring amid the ongoing water challenges. Now, Veronica, as outlined by the Water and Sanitation Department, Magalies Water and the City of Tshwane, phase 2 of the Hammanskraal Intervention Water Project has mostly been completed, and this ensured that a number of residents in a number of areas were able to get supply. And so the phase 3 and phase 4 are the ones where there's still work going on, but phase 2 is also under strain because, as you can imagine, residents who haven't had water for months and years on end now receiving water. That demand is high, and so the supply can't necessarily always meet the demand. So as you see, right now we're in Hammanskraal, we're in a phase 2 area where they are getting water supply from their taps, but they still have to make provisions of JoJo tanks in case there are disruptions because, like as mentioned, the utilities having to deal sometimes with the high demand. But I do have with me Jeffrey, a regional member of SANCO, to give us more details here in Tshwane. Jeff, thank you so much for your time. Perhaps you can take us through your experiences of the water supply in the region and where you think some issues still exist.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jeffrey Nyatigas speaking. Compliment for the new season. Yes, we understand that we've been struggling with water around Hammanskraal. As you still remember that since the intervention of municipality to get purified water around Hammanskraal, yes, it is true, but in our area, when we talk about Ward 74, we are still at least having purified water as we have a backup tank. As we understand that since the intervention of municipality, they have provided us with water trucks. Remember now, as we are still struggling with water, we've got only three trucks that supply the portion of the area of portion 9, Hammanskraal, Temba, Marokolong, and other areas. And unfortunate part, the schedule of water supply, we've been supplied from Monday to Friday, to Sunday actually. But now we've got only 3 water trucks that supply from Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday. As we ask questions, what is happening, they're talking about the budget. And then even as the resident of Hammanskraal, more especially Sanko, we are not happy because now we are preferring to use only 3 trucks. So it doesn't supply the whole area. So we are appealing to Tshwane municipality to assist us so that at least if they can give us trucks, more especially I'm speaking on behalf of Ward 74, if they can give us at least 5 trucks to 6 trucks so that they can supply from Monday to Sunday so that we can get water. Fortunate part in our area in portion 9, we've got a backup here of water truck, water tank. We've got actually we've got 6 tank, JoJo tank, and thereafter at the same time the water trucks they used to supply us. But now it is not enough. My appeal to the municipality of Tshwane is to assist the Hammanskraal. Every year Hammanskraal is a crisis. Every year it's a Tulaboroko in Hammanskraal. So we are appealing to the municipality, more especially our mayor, to assist the community so that we can get clean water. Even though other people they are not satisfied, they are not happy. They are not getting that assurity that even if we are using that water tank, water tap, they're not happy. They're still buying water from outside, from other service providers. But my appeal is to say, let the municipality of Tshwane assist the area of Hammanskraal so that at least we can be happy each and every day,
Yes.
smiling and getting water. Each and every morning when you wake up, you are not sure whether you will get water or what.
Yes.
But that's my appeal so that at least the Tshwane municipality can assist. If you can check other institutions like Temba Clinic, they used to call me, they say, Mr. Nyatikan, can you please intervene on this issue? Because there is a service provider from municipality that are no more supplying us. I used to call the councillor of Ward 74 at least to assist. Yes, it's true. We used to call some of the drive truckers to supply water. So that's a challenge that we are having around Hammanskraal.
So, Jeff, there are some homes that are receiving water from their taps. So what is the situation here? Is it that there are challenges with that water, the quality of the water, or sometimes does the water switch off? Can you just give us clarity around those residents who are receiving water?
Remember, we are on phase 2.
Yes.
Some of the residents are still not happy because they've lost their families. They say, no, we can't still use this water. Rather, we buy water for drinking, and then water taps, rather we use it for washing, so that they can get some water, more especially in terms of gardening. Yes. and other resources. So they're not still happy, some of them. Yes, we are on phase 2. When we talk about phase 2, we are talking about Marokolong, Ramotse, Portion 9, Kekana Garden, Renstown, Portion 9, and Babelege areas. So, yes, phase 2, we are getting clean water, but some of the residents are still not happy because they've lost their families.
And this was owing to that cholera outbreak that we saw a few years back.
Exactly, because we've been disappointed by the previous mayor, Silas Brink, because he promised the residents that will come back and thereafter make some pledge to the community. So even now, they've never get any pledge from the previous mayor. So we are appealing from the recent mayor, which is Ms. Nasipo, to assist the community of Hammanskraal to get clean water. Yes, we understand we are on phase 2, but we want to move forward so that we must not prefer to use a water tank or a JoJo tank. At least we must get water from the tap.
Yes, and a very last one, Jeff. It is an election year. We're seeing local government elections perhaps taking place at the end of this year, when the the current administration comes to a close. Water is a basic necessity, and we know that it's political as well. In Hammanskraal, what is your sense if you look at the landscape around the feelings of residents as they consider water, but also as they consider the upcoming local government elections?
Yes, it's true. We are on local government elections. And after, as SANCO, as the South African National Civic Organization, we'll make sure that we sit down with the municipality of Tshwane so that they must wrap up this issue. Otherwise, we are going to lose voters. But as SANCO, I believe we are always on the ground. We'll make sure before the election starts that everyone must get purified water. We'll sit down with the municipality of Tshwane, with the mayor, Nasipo, to sit down with other regional members to make sure that we fast-track the issue of water. Exactly.
All right. Thank you very much, Jeff. So there you've heard it, Veronica. A number of sentiments expressed there in regards to the water issue in Hammanskraal. One being that as much as phase 2 is there and some supply is coming out of the taps of some homes, still, a hesitancy by residents to use that water owing to the cholera outbreak which took place a few years back, and even the typhoid fever that took place late last year. But also on a more political front, it is local government elections soon at the end of the year, possibly, or early next year. But the sentiment there being that water will be at the heart of how people think about who they want to vote for. And so the residents of Hammanskraal still encouraging, as much as some are receiving water, they want to see not just themselves, but the whole community getting water. And this will certainly influence how they vote in the future.
Certainly, Katleho Sekhotho, thank you for that update.